Hey guys, Josh here, and it's now been a little bit more than a week since I've started playing Cozy Grove, so I wanted to do this little review and share with you my thoughts on my experience with the game so far. So if you don't know what Cozy Grove is, it's a laid-back life simulation game that is in real time, kind of like Animal Crossing, so there's gonna be quite a few comparisons with that game in this video. However, this game is unique in so different ways, and the first thing I would like to talk about is the setting and atmosphere. So basically in this game, you're a spirit scout that is being sent on this haunted island called Cozy Grove, where you'll have to help the spirits that live there, and by doing so you will bring back color to the island and also make the island bigger and full of life. So I really appreciate the uniqueness of the theme with the spirits and the haunted islands and all of that. However, at first I was really wondering how they were going to be able to take these elements and turn them into a cozy experience rather than a spooky one. And actually, I think they were able to find the perfect balance between both. So right when you arrive on Cozy Grove, you'll be greeted with this beautiful hand-drawn art style, very reminiscent of Don't Starve, which is a completely different game. But when you arrive on the island, everything is so dark and lifeless and bland. There's really not much going on. There's no colors, and it definitely leans on the spookier side. However, as you progress through the story and you help the spirits, you will bring back color to the island, but also each spirit has a different job or personality. So each area looks completely different depending on which spirit lives there. So for example, around the postman, there's gonna be a little post office and some parcels and scooters. And near the captain spirit, there's gonna be like a big boat. So I really like to just see how each area looks depending on the spirit. These decor elements will vary a little bit every day, so it's always a pleasure to just go around the island and see what's different from day to day. So as you progress through the story, the island will definitely get more lively and busy. And also one more thing is, I think for the first 5 days of playing the game, I was always playing during the evening, so it was always very dark. However, after that, I started playing during the morning, and it made such a big difference. Everything felt so bright all of a sudden. So as I said earlier, this game is in real time. So if you prefer a more cheerful, kind of colorful experience, you can play in the morning or in the daytime. Or if you want something more spooky, you can play in the nighttime. Both are really great, but it does make a difference depending on what time of the day you decide to play. One other thing I really liked is the soundtrack. I think the music is quite subtle, but it just fits the atmosphere perfectly. And you'll notice the music will change maybe every 10 to 15 minutes, maybe a little bit more. But what I like about this is that even if you just play 20 minutes or 30 minutes in your day, you'll still get to hear different tracks, which is nice. And yeah, I'll leave you a little track here so you can listen by yourself. But yeah, I've really enjoyed the music in this game. Alright, so now let's dive into the gameplay, and Cozy Grove's gameplay loop is quite simple and straightforward, which I think is perfect for this type of game. So every day, each of the spirits will be giving you one task, and most of the time it consists of a fetch quest, so you'll have to find a specific item for them. Sometimes it will just be laying somewhere around on the island, sometimes you'll have to use your shovel or other tools to find them. Sometimes it will consist of getting a certain fish or crafting a certain item. But yeah, basically you'll have to find something for the spirit. And even though it all sounds quite simple and easy, it can actually be kind of hard sometimes to find some of these items. You'll actually get a hint for every item that you have to find. But sometimes I've spent like 20 minutes, 30 minutes just for one item and I couldn't find it. I find that especially if you play at night or if you don't have a lot of color on your island, these can be really hard to find and they don't really stand out visually. However, whenever you want to give up, the game developers thought of a great solution, and there's this NPC called Charlotte Pine, and if you talk to her, you can give her 100 coins and she will actually tell you where the items are. So that's really a lifesaver, because sometimes you just want to play this game 15 minutes, but you spend so much time trying to find an item. So yeah, I really like this solution, so you can just pay and find where the item is. And also some of the quests will have a time limit, so you'll have to complete it before the end of the day. But most of them, there's no time limit, so even if you don't find an item today, you can always do it on the next day and you're all gonna be fine. There's no problem with that. But anyway, so when you finish your quest, you're gonna go back to the spirits and they're gonna color the area around them. Because actually the color goes away every day. and it comes back as soon as you help the spirit. And you can also spread the color by placing lights on the island, and they will increase the reach of the color. So the more lights you have, the easier it gets to color the island every day. And also I should mention that color is not only to make the island pretty, but there's also certain items in the game such as ores that you have to mine and bushes and trees that you can harvest. They need to be in a colored area before you can harvest them. So if you want to get certain materials, it is important to color your island. And in addition to coloring the island, when you help a spirit, it will also give you a spirit log. And then you'll be able to take that spirit log, bring it to your campsite, give it to the fire. And once your fire has enough spirit log, it will actually expand the island and give you access to new spirits that you'll be able to help. So every day you're going to have more and more spirits to help as you expand your island. And of course, also different areas to explore. And also every spirit is a little bit different, so I'm not gonna spoil the game too much. And of course I still have so much to discover, but one of them will allow you to craft, one of them will allow you to recycle things, to change objects into their raw materials. Another spirit works like a museum, so you can actually donate one of each item in the game to build your collection, and for each item that you give, you'll actually get a reward. So I think it's a good incentive to try to find all the different types of fish, different types of flowers and items. And actually it seems like there's just so many items to collect in this game. So if you look through the collection, there's like 361 flowers. There's so many food items, so many fruits, so many of everything. So I think just collecting everything and completing the collection seems like it's gonna be taking so much time, definitely weeks. But yeah, so every spirit brings something new to the game. So it really does look like the more you play week after week, you'll just unlock new features and new things to do in the game, which I think is pretty nice. And so every time you help a spirit, actually, you'll see they each have 5 hearts. And you'll see the story will advance and their hearts will fill up. So after 1 week, I have almost 1 heart, but not quite yet with most of the spirits. So I can definitely see myself maybe having to play maybe 1 month, 2 months, maybe a little bit more. I'm not sure how many spirits there are in total. But definitely you're gonna have to play for multiple months if you want to complete the main story. But I feel like there's just so much to do, especially if you're a completionist. As I said, there's the collections of items you can donate. There's also a badge system, which are pretty much like achievements. So there's a lot to do if you're interested in that. And one of my favorite features so far, I think, is that you can decorate your island. So you can craft, you can also buy furniture. So there's chairs, tables, fences, there's plants, there's trees, there's just like so many different things. And not only can you decorate around your campsite, you can actually decorate the whole island. So I definitely see myself spending some time trying to make my island look good. And they also added a tiny bit of strategy into decorating your island because there are some items that will give you resources such as pets or trees like fruit trees and bushes. And each one of them has likes and dislikes. So for example, a certain type of tree will like rustic decor, they will like plants, they will like flowers. So if you place them around certain items, they will give you a bigger harvest and they'll give you more items. And they'll have other dislikes. So for example, they might dislike pets, for example. So if you place a pet near that tree is going to give you less resources. So there's a little bit of strategy that goes into what items you're going to place beside what. So I'm definitely looking forward to like getting deeper into the game and really try to optimize my island in that way. So yeah, after 1 week, I'm definitely still early in the game, but I'm really looking forward to what's coming in the next months. Also, one thing that I like with Cozy Grove so far is that it is in real time, just like Animal Crossing. However, I feel like you don't really get punished or you don't get any penalty for not playing or like skipping a day. Like, you know, in Animal Crossing, if you stop playing for a week, you would see weeds, you could see cockroaches, your villagers will tell you how they missed you, and like you could miss out on some events and things. So sometimes you would almost feel bad for not playing, or you would feel forced to at least check in every day. But in Cozy Grove, even if you skip a day, actually you don't miss out on anything. So for example, if you play on Monday and it's day 5 and you skip Tuesday, you skip Wednesday and you play on Thursday, it's going to be day 6. So there's not going to be anything in between, so you don't miss out anything. So I really like that aspect, so I don't have to feel bad if I skip a day. Because after all, this game is meant to be cozy and chill, and yeah, that's just one little touch that I really like. And also the game is really designed to be played between like 20 to 40 minutes a day. I think once you have more spirits on your island and quests become a little bit more complicated or hard, you can maybe play a little bit more, especially if you want to decorate your island a lot. But yeah, basically this game is really meant to be enjoyed a little bit every day. So if you like to add a little bit of coziness in your morning routine, or just to play a little bit to clear your mind before going to bed, I think that's a perfect game. However, if you've played Animal Crossing before and you didn't have the patience to wait for things to happen, and you always had the urge to time travel, I think Cozy Grove might not be the game for you, as it really was not designed for time traveling. And in fact, so even though you can time travel forward, if you time travel backwards, so if you go back in time, it could actually corrupt your save file. So you could be playing for months and you just go back one day and it would mess up your save file. So if you really like to binge on your games and you don't have patience to play just 20 minutes a day and like progress very slowly, I would recommend maybe this game is not for you. Even though it's a very good game, I have to say it's not for everybody. So you really do need to be into the slow pace, real-time aspect of the game in order to enjoy it. I think otherwise it's just, you're not gonna enjoy it as much. But yeah, that's pretty much all of the thoughts I have on Cozy Grove after 1 week of playing. If you guys did have the chance to play Cozy Grove, please let me know what you think in the comments. If you're planning on getting this game, if you're hesitant or whatever, please feel free to share all of your thoughts in the comments. And yeah, if you've enjoyed this review, please feel free to click a like and subscribe if you don't want to miss out more content like this. And I'm gonna see you in the next video.